Hello everyone, the Nerdy Steve here, and today we will be featuring a Jeskai Hinata standard deck. A link to the list is in the description below. I'm going to talk about a little bit of the game plan, some of the specific cards, and the sideboard, and then we'll play a couple of matches. So, let's go. First, I want to say, I'm covering a lot of decks very quickly, and I might repeat very similar decks, so I'm going to apologize in advance, but hopefully if I redo a deck, it's a little bit different, or the metagame has shifted, or, I played it a bit better, so I can explain it and do better with it. So, if you don't like that, I'm sorry, but hopefully you enjoy regardless. So, anyway, let's talk about the deck. This deck is kind of based around Hinata, though it is a generically good blue-red deck with just Goldspan, and these are the two powerful cards that make the deck really work. Well, and I guess Magma Opus. So Hinata is a spell that on turn 4, you can cast it, and probably you're going to cast on turn 5, if we're being honest. But it's a 4/4 flying trampler for 4 mana, which is, pretty powerful. But it has two specific things that make it really good here. The first is spells that you cast a target cost 1 less for each target they have. And what does that mean? So, what it means is with Hinata out on the board, you can march a Swirling Mist every single creature for 1 blue mana. Because if March costs 5 mana to cast, blue and 5, where X equals 5, it's going to target 5 creatures. And Hinata goes, oh wow, it targets 5 creatures, it's going to cost 5 less mana. That's actually what Hinata sounds like too, by the way. So, March of Swirling Mist, what Hinata can completely wipe your opponent's board for temporarily for a turn. It can always protect Hinata and your Goldspan Dragon. And so that's really good. Also with Hinata and Goldspan Dragon, right? Or I mean with Goldspan Dragon in general, but with March, if you ever march a Goldspan Dragon, when we all have played against Goldspan Dragon before, and whenever you target Goldspan Dragon with something, you get treasures that can tap for 2. And there's also going to be a lot of incidental targeting of Goldspan Dragon in this deck to get treasures to build up your mana to have really powerful turns. And we're going to talk about Magma Opus too. So Magma Opus works really well with Hinata, but also Goldspan Dragon too. And that with Hinata out and Magma Opus, okay, you can tap 2 permanents, and you can deal 4 damage divided as you want. And so you can target 2 different players, Hinata, and another creature. And you can have up to 6 targets with Magma Opus. And with Hinata out on the battlefield, Magma Opus will only cost 2 mana. Now, as you get more mana going for you, you're not going to always cast Magma Opus for 2. You can deal 4 damage to a single creature and tap 2 things, right? So you're not always going to be doing it for 2, but the possibility is there if you want to, draw the cards quickly and maybe draw into something else. But you can also deal 1 damage to your Goldspan Dragon out to get the treasures that it would create from being targeted. And that's kind of like the 3 powerful cards going on in this deck. The rest is kind of just support. You want to control the game, kind of, until you can get Hinata and Goldspan out, and you have your different counter spells and removal. You have Expressive Iteration, now banned in Explorer, right? Because it's going to allow you to draw all the cards you need to get back in the game, and then you just have, Flame Blessed Bolt and Voltage Surge as removal. And we also have Fable the Mirror Breaker, which again is a really powerful card in Standard. And what this does in this deck is, not only does it create a blocker if you might need to chump, if it attacks once, you get a treasure token. Great, this deck is very mana hungry. You get to loot away the cards you don't need to find maybe the Hinata, Magma Opus, or Goldspan Dragon that you need. And the third ability, not really that relevant in this deck. It's really good with Goldspan Dragon, but if it ever gets there, you're probably not going to use it. Though, I have created multiple Goldspan Dragons before, and that's always very, very cool. And again, the sideboard is more of what you would expect in these types of decks. We have more counter magic, Valorous Stance against decks where maybe you need to kill your opponent's Goldspan Dragon or Hinata, but Valorous Stance can also protect your own Hinata. You know, more card draw, more cheap removal for decks that you need it. And it's kind of just that. And then you can also become more of a control deck with Memory Deluge, Hullbreaker Horror, if like that's the type of matchup you're going to be in. So, with that being said, let's go play some games. That was a very bad hand. We only had one land. And this hand isn't wonderful, but we do have mana, which is helpful. But I don't think we can go down to 5. And we at least have a negate if they Fable here. Is this like a mirror? Looks like a mirror. Uh-oh. I think we wanted to counter it. Now, because we have 2 Hinata, I don't mind just putting this out. Not that we could protect it anyway, so what are we really waiting for? And it looks like this is the mirror. And they have a Goldspan Dragon, okay. They could have a Disdainful Stroke if they wanted to. Could they, with Hinata out? No. They couldn't even do that. Beautiful. Now we can march everything we want to. Our opponent has that. So I'm gonna march everything here because if they attack, they're gonna get the treasures anyway. So we might as well just prevent the 8 damage while we can, I think. But maybe that's wrong. I don't know. So they are voltage, surging the Hinata. But I'm fine with that, I think. Because we have another one, right? Alright, we're at 8. What are they gonna do here? Another voltage surge, okay. This is close. They have a counter spell that'd be very bad for us. I think we need to discard both of those. Please. Please let me win. Hmm. Only if we had a little more mana. Opponent's at 2. And that means both of these are lethal next turn, which is really, really good. We have enough to march kind of anything we want. They are drawing 2. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to march the Goldspan and that to get it out of the way. Alright, beautiful. So now we still have 2 lethal threats. They only have 1 card in hand, and that's game. Alright. Now, what do we do here? I feel like this match can go a billion different ways, and that's kind of scary. Like, I don't know if we want to be in more control. We probably want Disdainful Stroke. That gets rid of Hinata and Goldspan Dragon. Flame Blessed Bolt is bad. Probably want the Dragon's Fire, I think. I have no idea. Voltage. Because we also don't know how they're gonna side. I would think they would become a more controlled deck too. And we're gonna be fighting over Hinata and Goldspan Dragon. And that's why this counter magic's really, really powerful. But, like, maybe Suspicious Stowaway is also very good. Though they still will probably have a lot of early removal. Again, I have no idea what to do. I don't know. So we'll just hope. We'll just hope and we'll learn. We'll see what happens here. Okay. I don't hate this hand. I don't particularly love it, but... we can take our time. Because we have 2 counter spells. As long as we hit our land drops, that's kind of what we really, really want to do. Ooh. I mean, they definitely have removal for it, but that's fine. Okay. I was a little worried about a Goldspan Dragon there because we don't have counter magic for it. One hit with the Stowaway. little surprising. No, we won't Hinata yet. That's fine. I mean, it's not... I would love to be able to counter it, but... Oh, and they do have their own Bank Buster? Okay. Get rid of that. Then we'll Fable here. We're both taking our time. I assume, like, our opponent thinks we have counter magic, we think they have counter magic. So we're all just counter magicking. That's a really good Hinata. And this is where Magma Opus comes into play. And we're sad we didn't have a Disdainful Stroke. Oh, I cannot believe that resolved. That's honestly blowing my mind. Interesting. So our Hinatas cancel each other out right now. Oh, okay. Let's see what happens here, what they do with this Hinata. Iteration, okay. What a game. Maybe we should have gone for a dragon earlier. Because our opponent also is getting land drops that we do not want them to be getting. Right? Hmm. Are we ever gonna make disappear anything else? Hmm. Because I think we just need to get a Goldspan Dragon on the battlefield. Or do something. Our opponent has 5 cards in hand. It's just a lot going on. Oh, they did pay the 2? Okay. Maybe we should have made a treasure here. Hull Break Horror. Okay. We're just gonna make everything go away. That we can. Oh no. At least our opponent tapped out. Okay. So let's Hinata. Do that. We want to I think we want to choose permanents to tap. I think we want it to cost as little as possible. Because, of course, we wouldn't draw anything. There we go. And now we can deal... Let's see. I kind of want this. Hmm. Then I want to... So we will do 1... Ah, so close. Alright. We get to... Oh no, we didn't want them to have a Hinata of their own. This is rough. Three, 4. Oh, that's good if they don't attack, right? 1, 2. Hmm. Did not want to draw that, sadly. Oh, and our opponent's drawing more cards. No. Not the Fable. This is so bad for us. 4. I guess we'll trade. Memory deluge, yeah. And we're just getting Hinata flooded and nothing else. They only discard 1 card, which is bad. I think we'll just end the misery. There's no way we can win this from here. We had like a couple turns, but we needed some card advantage. We needed our iterations instead. I'm trying to figure out, I don't even know if I like Hullbreaker Horror here. I know it was good for our opponent, but I think just how everything was set up, maybe that's what it's here for, is for this mirror. Hmm. Okay. So we get to Stowaway here. Hopefully Stowaway can draw us cards. That's what we really want. And for our opponent to not be able to remove it. Well, we tried. Now we really need a land. Alright. We're in a very, very dire situation now, everyone. Mm-hmm. This reflection of Kiki Jiki and the token. Gonna do some work here. Oh my god, please. Let this resolve, but I don't think it will. They just need a Disdainful Stroke, right? I don't think we have a choice. If they have Disdainful Stroke, they're not gonna tap out anytime soon. Yeah. Yeah, that sucked. God, maybe we are supposed to wait there though, right? Do they have? This might help. Holding on to our Disdainful Strokes, though. Because we need to counter a very specific set of things. They're gonna create a copy, yeah. I think we just do this now. We're not we're gonna be, they get the free token, right? So we might as well just attack to put more pressure. Haul the Storm Giants, okay. Alright, iteration, please give me everything I want and more. Not really, but all the Storm Giants could be worse. We do have lots of counter magic. A Hullbreaker Horror would be very, very bad from our opponent. Can't be countered, of course. And so now we just lose. Mm-hmm. When your opponent did not have one thing. And guess what? They had it. Maybe it is something we needed to bring in for this matchup. Wow. Oh, we were so close. GG. We tried. Okay. I like this hand. I mean, Mirror Breaker is gonna give us the mana and draw us the cards that we need to win, so hopefully that happens, right? If they do something on turn 2 that we can Dragon's Fire, that'd be great. Teamer versus Just Guy, everyone. Well, I would have liked that before when I could have killed it. If they Asika's Chariot and give it haste, that is very bad. And maybe we're just supposed to Dragon's Fire. That's not ideal, no. But now we get to Hinata. We probably should have done this during their upkeep while they had one less card. Because now we get to Hinata. Tap everything. Okay. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we will tap, we will deal 1, 1, 1, 1, and tap. We will not block. We will go to 3. Ouch. 8, 9, 10, that is nowhere near enough. That helps. Ugh. All right, we have what? That is not what we wanted to draw. I also didn't mean to attack there, so GG. To be fair, I think from that point, there's no way we are winning. So, yeah. I think we want this and Dragon's Fire. Probably get rid of the March. I think it might be too cute. Maybe we want Valorous Stance. What do we take out for it? One make disappear. Okay. We have Disruption on turn 1, followed by Mountain to keep up Negate, then third turn Mirror Breaker. So we already have our first couple turns planned out. Let's hope it works. I'm doing that now. It sets us up for a 4th turn Goldspan if we can get there. Uh-oh. Our opponent's going to be drawing a lot of cards, everyone. A lot. But we do have a counter spell, though. And they're only going to have 3 mana. We are at 8, though, which... I'm not going to do anything. Our opponent... We could Magma Opus here, but if our opponent does anything, we can blow them out, right? So we can just go to 2 here, I think. Six, 7, 8. And we still have a negate up or make disappear up. If that happens. But if they tap out or counter this during our turn, we get the Kiki Jiki, the Goldspan Dragon. Okay. Let's run it back. Now, we're gonna have the Magma Opus for red. Here. I mean, now we don't. But if they have another one, okay. I feel like I do want... Oh, God. This is a little risky, but I really want to get a land here and it be a red mana. Alright, thank you. Put this into my hand. Because now we get to... Like, because I wanted to use the iteration this turn. Because I didn't want to have to wait. Iteration next turn is just going to be a lot worse for us. Oh, our opponent was stuck on lands, I think. Ranger class, that's fine. But now we have Goldspan. Our opponent's only at 2 mana. This is going to be very, very hard. I mean, it's actually not. We're at 14. If I were them, they probably... Ooh. 9. They didn't want to... Okay. Like, this is a lot of damage we're going to be taking. Potentially. We do have Voltage Surge to kill that, and then we have a Negate backup. And if they have a Snakeskin Veil, it taps them out, and then we get to disrupt it. GG. Thank you for watching me play some Jeskai Hinata in Standard. As you would expect, this deck is really, really powerful. Goldspan Dragon, you can't really go wrong with the deck with 4 Goldspan Dragon. And the intricacies and how it synergizes with itself, with Hinata, Magma Opus, it just is really, really interesting, and there's always a lot of things you could or could do differently. This is a really good Fable of the Mirror Breaker deck in the sense that I know I talked about how Reflection of Kiki-Jiki doesn't necessarily do a lot in this deck, but a lot of times when I was discarding the 2 cards, it felt like a much more difficult decision than normally I would have. And I think with practice, you will understand what you need and don't need in this deck, unless you're obviously discarding 2 lands, right? But a lot of times I was like, I need this card. I don't know if a random card is better. And that was a really, really interesting space to be in. But yeah, no, this deck was great. I would highly recommend it. It does very, very well on the ladder. And it's definitely a deck that rewards knowing it a lot better and knowing the matchups. As you saw with the Hullbreaker Horror matchup, maybe I should have brought mine in. Probably should have. But that's something you learn as you play a deck more and you know what you need to sideboard. And this deck has a lot of game. It does a lot of things very, very well. And I hope you learned something, because I definitely did. I also want to say if there are other decks you want to see me play on this channel, comment, let me know. I can basically build anything you want that is on Arena and play any format. So that'd be great too, because I'm frankly, not necessarily, there's a lot of ideas that I could do, but honestly, if there's something you want, I will gladly do. But regardless, if you haven't already, you should totally like, comment, or subscribe to this channel or video. You can watch me stream at twitch.tv/thenerdysteve. I've been playing Hades lately, and it's really, really good. But, you know, Magic is back on the table very, very soon. And with all that being said, have a wonderful morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. Thanks for watching. Bye.